Well, good evening and welcome to this special BAFTA celebration in which we honour Britain's most successful TV drama series, Downton Abbey. It is a privilege for me to be your host this evening, and I hope I've come properly dressed for the occasion. If not, I'll have words with my personal valet, Primark. This special recognition by BAFTA for Downton Abbey is richly deserved. The show has become a global phenomenon, a byword for class, sophistication and style, both in front of and behind the cameras. A compelling and powerful drama featuring unforgettable characters. And it takes us back to a time when the watchwords were loyalty, decency and chivalry. A time when people knew how to behave properly. A time when people had the good grace to shift the body of a dead Turk back to his own room to spare everyone's feelings. How are we going to cope without Downton? For that all-too-brief hour watching the show every week, we could forget about the terrible things happening in the world today and escape to a simpler time, a time of world wars, devastating flu epidemics, homophobia, sexism and racism. It was a bit like Top Gear without the denim. Like all great TV shows, Downton was about great stories and great characters, and I'm thrilled to say they're here this evening to receive this splendid award from BAFTA. Lady Mary is here, ladies and gentlemen. Irresistible to men. Harder to defrost than the windscreen of a 1972 Hillman Avenger in the middle of winter. Carson is here as well. Let's hear it for Carson. Carson is the Rock, never fast, always furious. The head of the family, Lord Grantham, of course, Lord Grantham. An upright husband to Cora, an uptight father to his 3 daughters, and an outstanding stepdad to Paddington Bear. You did a good thing there. And of course, there's the Dowager Countess of Grantham herself. There she is. The Baroness of the barbed comments, the Queen of the quip, the Duchess of disdain, but with a heart of gold bigger than a croquet lawn. Yes, Downton is nearing the end. And as we as a nation, indeed as a planet, come to terms with the sadness that this will bring, I'm going to make it even harder for you by reminding you of some of the defining moments from perhaps the greatest period drama in television history, Downton Abbey.
It's from Lord Grantham who wants to change our lives. And they're off.
Welcome to Downton.
What a reception committee.
I love you, Mr. Bates. Goodbye, then. Such good luck. Nothing in life is sure.
Do you find the prisoner guilty or not guilty?
Guilty. Lady Mary Crawley, will you do me the honour of becoming my wife?
You'll find there's never a dull moment in this house.
We are gathered.
Don't do this.
Help her! Help her, please!
Please. Say hello to your son and heir. You must choose death or life.
I love you, Isabel Crawley.
Darling Rose, will you marry me?
Stop!
I'm going, and she's coming with me now.
I'm asking you to marry me.
Marigold is my daughter.
You're a bitch!
I've given my life to Downton. I was born here, and I hope to die here.
Downton's incredible story has had just about everything. It's covered 14 turbulent years of Crawley family history. Now, we can't do it all justice, but I took the liberty of writing to a couple of distinguished experts to see if they would help us out.
Mamma, I've had such a strange request this morning.
What was that, dear?
Some geezer from London wants to make what they call a documentary film about this family.
What family? Well, the Crawleys? Why?
He says people are interested.
Well, what have we ever done to deserve that? We've just lived perfectly ordinary lives in a perfectly ordinary house.
He says so many things have happened to us.
Oh, but what? Oh, I suppose there was the Turk who died in Mary's bed.
In her bed? I don't remember that. I thought she died somewhere else entirely.
Well, only because Cora, Mary and the maid carried his body the length of the house.
But why had they put him in Mary's room? And where was she sleeping?
Robert, I sometimes wonder if you should get out more.
Well, now I think of it, we did have that man with a new face claiming to be Cousin Patrick and therefore the heir to Downton. That was quite something.
Yes, well, everyone has tiresome relations.
Then I lost my money and Matthew inherited an even larger fortune from a man he barely knew, and he put it all into the estate.
Wasn't that lucky? And don't let's forget, he broke his spine. Except that he didn't. He didn't, and bounced out of his wheelchair like a jack-in-the-box.
Moments before his girlfriend died of Spanish flu.
And what about Mary? Playing dangerous liaisons in a Liverpool hotel?
Oh, we needn't bring that up. But we could say that Edith's beloved was murdered by the Nazis.
Oh, no, don't let's get involved with them. We're bound to regret it. Just stay with the baby, hidden on the estate, being fed by the farmer.
And dear Tony Gillingham, gifted in so many ways.
Except one.
What was that?
And all those deaths we've had to endure. Poor William in the war.
Darling Sybil, lost in childbirth. Matthew smashed to smithereens minutes after setting eyes on his newborn son.
And then there's the servants. I mean, Cora's maid trying to entrap Tom with a false pregnancy. And Ethel's baby leading her into prostitution.
No. Bates nearly hanged for murder. Oh. Anna in prison for another killing.
Yes, 2 murderers in one servants' hall. Yes, that is quite unusual, I agree.
We've had blackmail and thieving and crazy Russian princes.
Oh, no, he wasn't crazy. No, he was foreign.
And when I think of all the prejudice we've witnessed, all the blinkered Tommy rot we've had to listen to sitting round the dining table.
Being served by Barrow.
Ah, well, Barrow deserves a documentary all of his own.
Yeah.
Do you think we should do it then?
Well, you'd have to ask Carson. You'd need his permission.
I need his permission to get up in the morning. But I think he'll agree to it if I promise to behave as if nothing has changed since 1850. But we do still have a problem.
Why?
They want to know Bates's secret.
Does he have a secret?
What selfless act of valour did Bates commit in the Boer War? What did he do that saved my life, for which he earned my lifelong gratitude, but left him with a limp to this day? They say the audience has a right to know.
Well, so tell them.
I can't. I don't know what he did. It hasn't come up in a script.
Then ask Thingamy. You know, the writer.
But he says the precise nature of Bates's heroism must always remain a secret.
Why?
Because he hasn't the faintest idea what it was.
Lord Grantham and the Dowager Countess of Grantham, of course, Hugh Bonneville and Dame Maggie Smith, ladies and gentlemen. And I think, as that just proved, Downton has an amazing cast. So let's hear from some of the others now, talking about their time on the show.
Downton's taken us all by surprise, really. It's outstripped anybody's expectations.
None of us dared think that it would be as successful as it has been.
Don't be defeatist, dear. It's very middle class.
I remember Hugh coming back from the States and saying, "You're not going to believe how mad for this show the people are over there.
It's like a fairy story."
I think Downton's success throughout the world is really down to its storytelling.
The strength and uniqueness of Julian's writing is that he creates very vivid characters who jump off the page.
It's very rare that you're watching the telly and you go, wish I were in that, and then a year later you're in it.
When I was in drama school, I always thought about Downton itching to be a part of such a great period drama.
Never in a million years would I have ever thought. You know, that I would be in this company is just absolutely extraordinary.
If you're turning American on me, I'll go downstairs.
For all of us,
being in Downton must have changed our lives.
It's been an extraordinary thing to be a part of, but I think this is absolutely the right time to finish. Quit while you're ahead.
I know it's something that I'll be grateful for forever, to work with all of these actors and our amazing crew. It's been amazing.
The cast of Downton Abbey, who will always have those golden memories to remind them of the show. But it's not just the regular stellar cast we've been lucky enough to watch. Downton has attracted some A-list guest stars, Hollywood legends, theatrical greats, and in Series 4, a world-renowned opera singer. She appeared as Dame Nellie Melba, and she's here to perform live the song she sang in the show. Puccini's O mio babino caro. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Dame Kiri Te Kanawa.